Anyway, so just doing a summary about the transfiguration, because I say it's a beautiful topic in which sense? In which sense that you see that Jesus was walking for 3 years with his apostles, with his disciple, especially with his 12 apostles. They were living everything together. I mean, even when they were going to a marriage, they were together as guests. When something they don't understand during the teaching, don't worry, Joel, don't worry. Just leave it there. So during the teaching, they don't understand something, and the Lord after explained to them, explained to them the parable, what they were not understanding. So they were sharing food together, they have explanation together in the circles. They were living beautiful moment like the multiplication of the bread, and some bad moment like the tempest, the storm, when Jesus was walking on the water, but they were always together. So it's strange to say why during the transfiguration Jesus called only Peter, John, and James. Why? So when I shared this with the guys of the confirmation, they were saying, "Oh, God has some preference." I said, "Oh, God has some preference. God love everyone. God love everyone." So how may happen indeed that He called just these 3 people? For don't make all the story long, I will be short, just making the point. Say, observing the life of these people, observing the life of the other people. I mean, the other 12. Okay, so the other 12, I see all of us, Actually, maybe they were much better than us because they left everything to follow Jesus. So, you need chairs there over here. So I was saying, this apostles were much better than us in the sense that they abandoned everything to follow Jesus. But still, they were like us. In which sense? That they have their own idea of God, their own standard of God, their own expectation of God. They were just talking about Judas, He was following Jesus, but he was expecting the Messiah who will deliver Israel, who will deliver the people of Israel from the Romans, if we have a powerful empire by ourselves, led by God. But that is not the plan of God. We are living like it's a passage for us on earth. It was not his plan. But Judas also was so confused about Jesus when he was saying, I need to die, I need to pass through the cross, I need to die, and the 3rd day I will resurrect. And so this kind of humble thing, confusing thing, and Judas in his mind was getting confused. At the very end, he did what he did. So I hope that we not have our own expectation, our standard on God. We are able to listen to Him and follow Him. Other guys like Thomas. Thomas, you remember, everybody remember because they were beside the other observation in the gospel, everybody remember because he had doubts. He was saying to the people, when everybody say, the Lord is resurrected, the Lord is alive, I say, yeah, but if I don't put my finger in his wound, I don't believe. What? You follow Jesus? He was saying that. And happened as he said. He died and resurrected. But still, which kind of faith? Instead, I was saying the transfiguration, so Jesus called Peter, John, James. Let's say something about Peter or John. So John, I like John because, through studies, through the gospel that he wrote, so it's clear that when he started to follow Jesus, he was a teen. Maybe he was just 15, 16, no, even 17 for sure. So he was very young. and fell in love with the Lord. Fell in love with the Lord, he can recognize far away. So if you remember in the Last Supper, when everybody was scared because Jesus said, one of you will betray me, he was the only one who sit beside him, and Peter say, okay, ask him. He put his head on the chest of Jesus. The only one who dared and loved him so much that he was not afraid of doing that. He was the one that when, you remember, after the resurrection, Jesus was doing a barbecue on the beach, roasting some fish there, and so you see somebody doing barbecue on the beach, and the 12, they were just trying to fish something in the boat, and this guy there on the beach say, hey guys, you got something or nothing? Okay, maybe try on the right side. And John straight away said to Peter, no, it's Jesus. John recognized it's Jesus. Why the other didn't tell anything? It's Jesus. And the same, in that moment when Peter heard that it is Jesus, he said, the gospel says he was naked, okay, hot time, so maybe he was just with the swimming bath, how do you say that? Okay, anyway, so just cover himself with something, jump on the water and start to swim to reach Jesus. I mean, he can't wait just 1 second. They were just cutting all those fish, putting on the boat, going back. He cannot wait. He was swimming to reach Jesus, to go in his presence. So you see the kind of love of these people, how they love the Lord with all their heart, mind, soul, strength. So they can recognize from far away. They cannot stay far away from him. Like Mary Magdalene. In this day we are releasing many times the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. It's beautiful. That passage, every time it bursts my heart. It's so beautiful. The love of the Mary Magdalene for the Lord. You know the story, no? So everybody's doing his own business, but she was one of the first going in the tomb looking for the Lord. She wanted the Lord, she needed the Lord. And oops, the tomb is open. Oops. Jesus is not there. And two angels, the gospel says, two angels were sitting, one on the head, one on the feet of the tomb there, saying very clear, woman, why you are weeping? When you think this, if you see angel, what is your reaction? Oh wow, something majestic. Or maybe they are not so bright, the angel, they were not so bright, not so visible, maybe they look like human, but still, sitting there quiet, there's no guarding in the tomb, something happened, and so clear, we're saying to her, why you are weeping? Why are you weeping? And what she said, instead of being, I don't know, marvelous, she was fixed on the Lord, she asked not the Lord, say, where are you putting him? Where did you put? If you put somewhere, I will go to grab him. I will go to take it. How you can take a dead body? How heavy it will be for a woman to lift up? So, but she was not even thinking. This is so great the love. She wanted the Lord, and the Lord know that. So appeared to her. He didn't appear to many people on that morning, no, but appeared to her, and again asking, why you are crying? Because I explained everything about my death and resurrection. Why are you crying? And again, she was thinking that it's the garden or somebody else. I said, where did you put that? I will go to take the master. And she said just, Mary. And she recognized the Lord. Say, teacher, master, my master. Once again, so that love that cannot hear anything is just looking for the Lord. So somehow, so when we see Peter, John, those people, those are the people of the Lord called for the transfiguration to stay in this beautiful, marvelous moment, to enjoy this moment, not the others. Somehow it's not because he's against the other, but somehow I can do an example, like maybe it will be much easier to understand. Like if I love somebody with all my heart. I want his presence. I want to stay with him, with her. And happen that this person instead, like me, but prefer to talk with others, prefer maybe to read more on the cell phone. You think that my heart will be toward that person? Okay, so I don't want to say that God did some bad judgment here, but somehow the choose those who love Him with all the heart, all the soul, all their mind, all their strength, to enjoy this moment with Him. And to do another example, to let you understand what I want to mean, so it's not just to put the people on the second place, is the one that I shared with the people of confirmation after our youth rally, because we were in this final adoration there. It was beautiful. And you may see somebody who enjoy the presence of the Lord, like ecstatic, they are stopping in His presence, enjoying. It's so beautiful even to look at them, that they enjoy this moment. But there are still other people, so I say, like all us, who believe in God in their own way, who instead prefer still during adoration, or talking between them, or laughing here, laughing there, or look at the cell phone secretly, or even pass through in front of the Blessed Sacrament, even without kneeling, so without knowing His holy presence. So, it's so different. I mean, all those guys who went together with the rally, they were people again with faith, like all of us. So, but how is it our heart with the Lord? Really, we love Him, we follow Him with all our heart, with all our soul, with all our mind, with all our strength. So, in that occasion, we were talking about the purgatory, which actually was a good understand, because now in the church, when we talk about the purgatory, we understand, but because we are committing some sin on earth, so even if we go to confession, our sin is cancelled, but somehow, even if we did something so serious, somehow we need to pay for that thing serious that we done. So in purgatory, we need to pay some days, some years to pay back what we did. This explanation, in theological explanation in the church, there's some point that we need to look at it, but staying at the testimony of what they wrote, many saints who have the grace to see the purgatory, it sounded a little different. I mean, in the sense they saw that all these people who are there in the purgatory, so they can see God far away, so they are growing in this love for God, in this longing. So they realize that they really are missing something. They need Him. So they are growing in this love, in this long. Somehow, they didn't manage to learn how to love the Lord on earth, because we're in passage here on earth, to learn how to love the Lord, to stay forever in His presence. But we were not that able, because we are caring about ourselves, our business, and so on, or we are loving God with our scheme or our standard. So, like, we are not joining His presence, so why will be in His presence? So, somehow the purgatory is that place where we start to learn that we are missing His presence. And the day that we enjoy His presence, we love His presence, we want His presence, we will live forever in paradise with Him. So, all this story of this transfiguration open up a big chapter on our way, how we follow the Lord, or how really we love the Lord. So we can reflect on that. So